Hello traders and welcome to the Market Open Preview brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, it is June 5th on a Thursday on NFP week, first week of June 2014, coming to you from Pattaya, Thailand, where we have rainy skies and no sun. Traders, great to be with you on another Market Open Preview video. We have charts to discuss, and of course, we're coming up to our big news at the end of the week. Before we get to the stuff, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'll be your moderator today and every day as we go through our educational videos. Traders, I started trading in 2006, and in 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career in the Fire Rescue Department out of Palm Beach County, Florida. Traders, 9 days after I retired, I got on a big bird and headed to Thailand. Never been here before for a 3-month vacation. Traders, it is 2014 and I am still in Pattaya, Thailand. Traders, great place to retire. It's great to be here. And of course, it's always great to be with you. Traders, I absolutely adore and love what I do for a living. I love trading the Forex markets full time. And I love being able to be on my MacBook Air computer. It's a laptop and I can work from the beach. I can work from the restaurant. I can work from anywhere I need to, right, with the convenience of the internet. Forex trading has so many great opportunities, and it's been a great second career. Traders, let's get to the news, but before we do that, let's get over to the risk disclaimer. Traders, Forex trading has a large potential of rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets, and therefore any other markets. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, if you are investing in your hard-earned cash that you need for expenses, please rethink what you're doing, and maybe you need to go to a demo account until you can trade the Forex markets financially stress-free. All right, traders, let's get over to the news. We got news to talk about, and of course, then we have charts to look at. All right, this is our June 5th news events. And before we talk about the news events, let's talk about what the indices did and the markets did at the close of yesterday and overnight electronic trading. Traders, the Dow 30 was up 0.9%. The S&P, amazing instrument, just been climbing and climbing and climbing. It is up 0.19%. NASDAQ 100 up 0.36%. Unbelievable. The DAX closed yesterday at 0.07% in the green. The FTSE down 0.26%, and the CAC 40 down 0.06%. Just a quick look at the indices and what has happened at the close of yesterday's markets. Traders, today in the London session, big news coming out. We got the pound's interest rate decision. We're not expecting any change there. However, anything that comes out from that in a statement or any kind of data that comes out with that will move the markets. Later in the day, basically into the New York session, we have the ECB press conference with President Draghi of the ECB speaking. In the U.S. session, we have the CAD Ivory PMI. Traders, this is all high impact data. Please make a note of it. Also, make note that there's plenty of other news events that come out. I only put high impact data on our calendar. Please check your economic calendar for releases that will be coming out today. All right, traders, here comes the charts on a Thursday with the big NFP coming out on Friday. Not that I really like NFP, but we'll talk about it. All right, let's get over to some charts. Here we go. The Euro New Zealand, this is the daily chart. Been looking at this pair a couple of times in the last couple of weeks. It's new to our series that we've been talking about, but very interesting pair. I'm sort of liking it. And we know the Euro is weak, and the New Zealand has been pretty much weak also, but it's definitely stronger than the Euro. So therefore, this is a nice little pair to look at. This is the daily chart. Look at this. It's in a downtrend. If you spatially look at this chart, you can see that the candles are basically making lower lows and lower highs, and we're just coming down, does its fib thing, and then continues to the downside. This daily chart is now coming up on strong resistance at the 1.6217 200 exponential moving average. which is my friend and my buddy. And it looks like this is going to bounce over this and head to the downside. Take a look at your Williams R percentage indicator now below the negative 20 line. And the interesting thing is the MACD indicator where the histogram is above the 0, line and it is moving. All right. So we are bearish in this. We're looking to sell this pair. So let's go over the 1 hour chart, see if we got an opportunity here. Okay, this is the Euro New Zealand 1 hour chart, and we have a couple of trade setups here. One thing that I like is I like this trend line that I put on here. It's only a 2-touch, so I hold it valuable, but not that valuable. I really like 3-touch trend lines. The other thing is we have the 200 exponential moving average on the 1 hour chart at 1.60 basically. So we want to make sure that we're out of our trades way before then. I put like 60.72 or something like that to make sure we get out because, we're not the only ones, me and you, looking at that 200 exponential moving average. So the trade plan is it's either going to break this trend line and retest it, and then we can take it to the short side. I prefer to see the pullback. I hope to see a bounce off of this, even if it's one candle, bring it up, and then we can short it. And I think that would be a nicer trade. I put a mark there where we can hopefully get this candle to come back up to. I don't think it's going to come up that far. We might see one candle, maybe 2 candles to the upside, and then we can get a bearish candlestick formation, and we'll take this back to the downside. So we'll have to see how that works. Again, the MACD is saying down. The Williams R percent indicator on the bottom of the chart is now coming up to the negative 80 lines, saying basically we're up. So we might get that pullback, which would be nice. So that's all some good trade setups on the hourly chart, and you all know I enjoy very much trading the hourly chart. All right, let's go over to the 15-minute chart of the Euro New Zealand, and this is a pretty easy trade setup. I'd like to see this come up to the 61.47 area, and I know what you're saying, but William, we have the 200 exponential moving average, and we do, and that is at 61.38 on this 15-minute chart. But I really want to see this come back up to that resistance area of 61.47. It looks strong. Look left of your chart. You can see where prices reacted to this price level, and I'd rather get it up to that area and then short it, and we can deal with the 200 later on, and that's just involving your stop. Where's your stop going to be? Well, the stop's got to go above the 38.2 fib, and just put your stop above that, you should be fine. But again, this one, the MACD is showing a histogram bar less than the one before, and the Williams R indicator is showing up. So we might be able to get this pullback up. I really need a pullback. You don't want to be shorting here. It's a 15-minute chart. You can end up ending into support, and you're going to get banged away there. So that's basically what this trade plan is on this pair. It's going to be a little challenging on the 15-minute chart. I like the 1 hour chart better for the trade plan. Traders, let's go over to the next currency pair, which is going to be our dollar Swissy. We've been watching a lot. Traders, I know what you're saying. William, you've got to be crazy. This thing is bullish. No, it's not, traders. Look at a daily chart. And you can see I have a trend line, and I put that trend line when I expanded this chart. But I have to take a shot of my screen. So I took the shot of the screen. It doesn't show everything. But if you take the daily chart, you can see that this is a bearish pair. We're now at resistance with the upper Bollinger Band with the 200 exponential moving average at 0.8960. I'm looking for this to come down. So we'll keep an eye on that. Look at where your MACD histogram is starting to get weaker, heading for the 0 line, and your Williams R is now above the 0.20 line. We're hoping to see, well, coming up to the 0.20 line, and we're hoping to see that turn and come back down to the downside. So this is the daily chart. Let's go over to the 1 hour chart. Traders, this is a 1 hour chart on the dollar Swissy, and nice setup here. I like this a lot. We're at resistance, and this is now in the position to take this short. I'd like to take this short with a bearish candlestick formation. Maybe we'll get a couple of dojis here, a couple of indecision candles. We can take this short right now. You can see where I have my X there for the stop loss, and we're going to take this all the way down to 89.33. So this is a nice 60, 70 pip trade if it works out, and we just want to take this down. We're going to have a bump there at that 89.61 area as we have the 200 exponential moving average, but we'll have plenty of pips to protect ourselves and be break even by that point. Traders, let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. Here's the 15-minute chart. Again, we want to take this to the short side. Now, the problem with this is we're at pretty close to that 89.69 area of the 200 exponential moving average. I really don't want to trade into that. There's just not enough pips there, so I would rather wait till this breaks the 200 and then we can take this down. We're basically looking at like 89.40 area would be nice. 89.45 we'll take this down to. So we're looking at like a 30 pip trade here if it works on the 15-minute chart. All right, traders. One last comment before I leave you, and that is please take note that we have data coming out from the ECB President Draghi, which is going to move the markets. Remember, Friday being NFP, the markets are going to start to get stale, probably in the middle of today's New York session. Probably no trades tomorrow being Friday. The market usually absolutely gets sideways and no volatility until this NFP number comes out. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you so much for being with me, and we'll see you tomorrow before the London Open with the Market Open preview. Thank you again, traders. Have a great day, and ciao for now. Bye-bye.